Okay, we are starting the Ascension program. It's day 1. Let me fix my live. Won't be long. Okay. Almost there. All right. So, to be very clear then, welcome to the Ascension Workshop. And I'm going to just give you a general outline really quick while making sure everything's good to go. Looks like we are on. So, okay, we're on Facebook, we're streaming, and I am also recording then for those of you that missed part of today. Is that? Any of you that are missing part of today, we will I email the recordings then. Sorry. My screen's acting up. I don't know what that is. Okay. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Very important guardian who's helping me do my work today. I gotta watch from over there. Okay. So welcome. And I'm Liana. If I'm new to you, if I'm a new face, this is new material. I want to talk to you about our general outline then. So you see on my screen then the Ascension Workshop. So it's a free masterclass for light workers. And what I'm thinking is this 4-day series is actually a 5-day series if you choose to join us in a private Zoom room that includes a Q&A and some interaction that we're going to have on Friday. Everything that we're doing today, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday could feed into you having then more of a hands-on practice as well on Zoom privately from 11 to 12. It's not going to be live streamed. And that workshop is just for you. And if you can't make that time, again, we're creating a closed circle so that you can join in on your own time, and then you could obviously reach out afterwards with any questions. Hey, how come this is working, that this isn't working? That's part of what we're discussing actually during the week. And then when we are done with this week of May 1st through 5th, we're coming up to the Spiritual Mastery Program, which is going to be an hour every week on Fridays, or the recording comes out on Fridays. So this is an ongoing process, potentially, if it suits you. If the way that we're going about the spiritual mastery exercises and the Ascension Workshop work for you, then join us. Join us. We want to keep learning, keep expanding, keep growing and developing. No end to that. So that would be an ongoing spiritual mastery program and process. So for the Ascension Workshop, a free masterclass for light workers. And we're going to define light workers as spiritually minded people who are interested in expanding their consciousness and growing and becoming better and better aligned humans, balanced, intelligent, generous, heart-centered, adding more light with their life on earth then. So we're defining our terms, light workers then. And ascension is that process that occurs when you do those things. You become more and more what we like to call high vibration. You have more life force and power in your body. That's one of the things we're going to talk about today, foundational practices. Today's Monday, it's class 1 out of 4 of the Ascension Workshop. And it's all about foundational practices. And these are really, really important, and they're going to spill over into all of the other days. But then the Ascension process is unique to you. It's specific to you, your light, your soul's purpose. And what that means for you could also, you could get that more and more about what that means for you also through these processes. So I want to make sure I define all my terms. If you have questions or I missed something, will you just pop it into the comments? Or in the case where I'm emailing you this as a recording, then email me back. I love talking about this stuff. It's what I do. All right then. So We're coming into foundational practices. Now, we talked about this when we were doing the topic discussions, and there's a recording of that too, but I was doing half-hour topic discussions on each of these days. So there was a day a month ago where I was talking about what's going to be included today, Monday, class 1 of the Ascension Workshop. And the foundational practices included a lot of things, but I wanted to center today on the body, the physical body, as a spiritual tool. And sometimes you might hear something like that in yoga or martial arts, but it isn't super common, not in Western cultures at the time where I'm saying this. It's not a super common thing to hear. We're coming out of it, but what we're also coming out of is this neglect, this idea of neglect of the body or separation from anything physical or even materialistic or sensual as being very separated from spirituality. And what we're finding out more and more, or rediscovering, I should say, is that your embodiment is a powerful spiritual tool. And since you are embodied, why not discover, explore, or just entertain the idea for this week, if you would, with us, of your physicality being something powerfully helpful for you to engage in your being as a spiritual consciousness, spiritual energy, a spiritual being who has incarnated into a physical earth body. Why? Let's talk about that. And you discovering why, exploring why, being willing to look at how this could be is another prominent factor in your self-discovery, your self-knowledge, and therefore your ascension and growth as a light worker. So we came full circle with that. And so some of the foundational practices then that are important for any physical work are going to include then your attention, your attunement to your own breath. It's powerful, amazing. A lot of meditation practices and spiritual practices will center on breath, the breath of life, the cycle that continues for the entire duration of your physical incarnation, your breath. And we're purposefully going to tune into the breath as a really powerful tool to choose the mental and energetic and emotional state that you want to be in. So, if you are an out of control toddler having a complete emotional meltdown, you're not working on your, well, sorry, one of my guides popped in. Yes, this is a very important learning process, but you're not going into the finer details of who you are as a soul when you are overwhelmed and feeling helpless. So one of the things that we're going to do today, right away at the beginning actually, is tune into the breath in such a way that you move towards and into your chosen physical, mental, and energetic state. So we're going to do also foundational practices or grounding techniques, energetic boundaries. This is really important. And then a little bit of body awareness then too, why your body feels the way it does, where it does, movement that could change your energetic, mental, and physical state, like with the breath, your body postures then, or even just your awareness of what's in your body. And then by extension, this idea of your physical body and your energy field around it as a vehicle for your consciousness. To kind of take that analogy a little farther, when you start to think of your physical vessel and your energetic field as vehicles for your consciousness, then where does that put you? That puts you in the driver's seat, and I really like that for you. So thinking about that, and we just passed, for my calendar count, Monday, May 1st at 11:11. So there was a bunch of ones there, and they just switched right after I looked. And new beginnings today then too. A lot going on this week, a lot of energies. Full moon on Friday coming up, and an eclipse on that full moon. Week of then midway between spring and summer. Nice balance point, nice place to start growing in new things. So let's go into our processes, please. And what happens is there's a little bit of a lag with the live stream. So I'm going to be able to address some of your questions. I am excited to see you then too. Hello, if you're watching live, I see you there. I'm so happy to see your names, your faces. It helps me a lot. I feel the support. The energy goes through space and time. So wherever you're at and whenever you're seeing this too. Thank you for joining our little circle today then. Ascension Workshop, day 1. So today's really hands-on. I want you to do these processes. If it's not possible with where you're at right now, go ahead and move when you can, when you're done with what you're working on, or you're done driving, or whatever it is that's occupying your time. Then just take the video and go back. So we are. Am I able to tell how far in we are? Not so much. Okay, sorry. We're about 14 minutes in. So, when you can, I want you to try this. We're going into the topic of your breath as a spiritual tool. And we're going to go more into this tomorrow and more into physical body as a spiritual tool for tomorrow energy work. So come tomorrow as well, we're going to build on these practices and feel more possibilities of what happens when you're tuning in like this. But right now I want to show you something very, very simple. I want you to decide for yourself. Let's say you want to measure, you could measure your distractedness, your stress, or your agitation levels. Give yourself a scale of 1 to 10. Distractibility. Where would you say you are? And if you have anxiety or you feel like you worry a lot, would you measure that on a scale of 1 to 10, please? Something that pulls you out of balance sometimes. I'm going to use distractibility. And I have a number on a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm going to just kind of make a mental note of that number. Make a mental note of your number, please. And then go ahead and set that aside. And I want you to go ahead and tune into your own feeling of your body and your breath right now. Very simple. Just close your eyes if you can, if you're comfortable. Feel your breath. Feel your body and the boundary of your body, and feel your posture, your spine inside of your body. Now, what I want you to do now is notice every sensation occurring with your breath right now. So feeling then the expansion in your belly and chest as you inhale. Feeling the opposite physical movement with your exhale. Maybe feel your lower ribs kind of going inward and your whole rib cage moving down. Your belly and your chest deflate. Your shoulders even move forward and in towards your heart a little when you exhale. And when you inhale, there's a broadening across your chest. Your outer shoulders go back a little bit. Rib cage down on your exhale. Entire rib cage moves up on your inhale. Feel that. And then I want you to add your awareness of the pathway of your breath when it's entering your body, whether you're breathing in through nose or mouth or a combination. Feel the cool air moving in. Where does it go? On your exhale, feel the slightly warmed up air then leaving as you exhale via the same pathway. Okay, feel temperature, one more cycle. And the other thing I want you to notice now, the last thing, is just the energy of your inhalation versus your exhalation. The energy of inhale is wake up, expand, Become light, open. Think of a hot air balloon filling, 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 getting lighter, lifting. On your exhale, think of the opposite, radiating inward towards your core. All of you going downward, more heavy towards earth, inner worlds, heavy, dark, inner, down, sleeping. And I want you to use that for a very simple release now. One possibility then. I want you to simply picture that when you inhale, you open, you expand, you lift up, you become light. And I want you to absorb more light, light thoughts, light body, light mood, a higher, lighter emotional state. And on your exhale, I want you to simply release anything heavy. Imagine it going down and out of you, releasing on your exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, expand, light, enlighten. Exhale, release heaviness, let it drop right out. 2 more. And after your last release and exhale, I want you to inhale and come to a nice, even-keeled, medium vibratory rate between your inhale and exhale levels. Just come to a nice, balanced ground level openness. And having released and come to center, open your eyes. And I simply want you to go back to that number scale. Remember the number. You were measuring something that pulled you off balance a little. What was the number? And what do you feel is the number now? How much of that are you holding after your mindful breath? And let it come to you. And if the number was the same or lower, then we're beginning, it's starting to work. Okay. Generally, you're going to find that your number went lower, you had less, and that was just with breathing. So welcome, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So happy you guys are here. Okay. Big breath in, wake back up. I want to come into the concept of your body as a spiritual tool. And you could sit or you could stand for this one. If you're at a place where you can stand, even when you close your eyes, notice you need to hear, but you don't need to see necessarily. So if you feel like closing your eyes, please do so. And I want you to remember that tomorrow, then Tuesday, we're going to go more into energetic practices and energy healing applications of our foundational practices for today. So make a mental note, remember then some of these physical practices, but we're going to come into the idea then of your prana and coiled up potential life force, your prana, your chi, your ki, your life force and the body. And I also want to tell you that there are some practices that also align with what you would use the term kundalini, of the idea of this coiled up or latent, invocable, awakenable energy, around the base of the spine. In this case, we're going to use the concept of your pelvis in your body as a container. So we're coming into some practices that could be related to a Kundalini practice. I also use these practices when I use or strengthen abilities in what's really ancient Egyptian shamanism. So both of these practices very much acknowledge what we're talking about today, the physical body as a powerful spiritual tool. So we're just touching on it today. Again, more coming up tomorrow. Also, it has a wonderful extension that we'll cover on Wednesday when we're connecting to spirit guides using these processes as well. So I want you to bring to mind, or you could even look up real quick, the concept of the pelvic bowl. Okay. When I said sitting or standing, sit for this one. I just realized something. But when we're done with pelvic bowl and we move into breathing exercises, I'm going to tell you you could sit or stand. My apologies. I want you to sit for this. And if you can, if you are sitting on a chair of some kind, could you move forward onto the chair so that you're not leaning back on the back of the chair? Just try it. If you don't like it, change it to how you like. But I want you to feel your sit bones, your pelvis on the surface of what you're sitting on. And then maybe even take your hands to your hips. And can you feel your hip bones on the side? And then they're rounded a little or a lot, depending on how you're made in this lifetime. They're rounded, the bones around your pelvis, and then they're kind of hollowed out, but they form a little back of a bowl. And I want you to go ahead and fill in that bowl in your mind. Feel then your whole pelvis and then the pelvic organs within the pelvic bowl as a container. So if your hands were on the sides, then you would feel this even more, but you can feel it no matter what. I want you to take the top of your pelvis forward and the bottom part back. So your low back is going to arch when you do this. Top of your hips are forward, the bottom is back. It feels like you're, kind of arching your back or sticking your bottom out towards whatever's behind you. I want you to go ahead and feel that, and I want you to associate it right now with an inhale. There are really muscles attached to your diaphragm, your primary breathing muscle, that are secondary breathing muscles that are going to pull your pelvis this way. Not this much. They're going to pull your pelvis this way when you're breathing. So accentuate that. Inhale, tilt. All right, go ahead and take your hands on your pelvis and feel the other way. So top of your pelvis back and the bottom of your pelvis coming forward, and it's curling your tailbone up and it's sort of hollowing out your belly. So you're kind of curving forward. Like if you kept doing it, you would roll up like a little roly-poly, or what do you call them? Depends on where you are in the world. A sow bug, a pill bug, what are they, basketball bug? I never called them that in my life, but you, okay? This is your exhale. It's an exaggeration of how you really do breathe. All right. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Do some music for you to start to feel what we're working with today. And just quiet background music. I could really get into it, but we're just touching today, okay? Just allow yourself to begin to come into where's that music? Help me out here. Oh, let's see what we're doing again. Sorry, this is tricky. You can hear it and I can't. Oh, hopefully it's on. Okay. Now you can keep your hands on your hips or you can just relax your arms. Bring your pelvis to neutral, please. I want you to picture life essence. A lot of life force and power swirling around in your pelvic bowl. So try to feel it. See it in your mind's eye. We're just swirling and tilting. And as you inhale, top of your pelvis forward, arch your back. And you're moving. Exhale, tilt back, swirling. Inhale, tilt forward, swirling. Exhale, moving, swirling. Good. So every time you inhale, I want you to arch your back, rotate the top of your pelvis forward. Exhale, top of your pelvis back. Now start to lose yourself in the rhythm there. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It doesn't have to be deep. If you get dizzy, slow it down. Breathe a little more shallow. Good. Waking up now, I want you to imagine at the base of your spine then root chakra and sacral together. I'm going to call it the root sacral complex. And this is being activated, waking up, washed in life force. Wake up. Wake up. And you could do this for as long as you felt it was necessary to have enlivened. So instead of the bowl being still waters, calm energy, it's beginning to swirl and percolate. It wants to rise up. It's charged up. Good. Perfect. Then on your next inhale, I want you to pull some of that energy from the pelvic bowl up to your solar plexus and your belly. And then let it drop back down, washing, 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 tilting, tilting. Forward and back and forward and back, swirling, activating. When you're ready, I want you to take another inhale and a sip of that pelvic bowl energy, and I want you to pull it up through your solar plexus into your heart, washing, swirling. Let it go back down through your solar, your root sacral, and just swirl it up to your heart. We're going to do 3 more and then pause. Inhale to heart, exhale, wash and release. Inhale to heart. And then I want you to bring your pelvis to stillness. Allow an infusion of your root sacral. Inhale, pull a steady stream into your solar plexus. Keep it. Let it have its effect. Inhale, root sacral to solar to heart. Fill your heart. Fill, fill, fill your heart to overflowing. And then relax, please. Allow your overflowing heart to move into the rest of your body, to your arms and legs, organs, throat, head space, third eye, crown, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, throat. And then go ahead and release your effort. Simply observe. Now, once again, I want you to measure then any amount of agitation or worry or distractibility, even agitation in your body. And again, give it a number, measure from 1 to 10, please. How would you feel that it is? So good. Okay. I'm going to give you the option to stand for this one. And I want you to bring your awareness back to your energy centers or chakras then. Just to kind of shorten the amount of time, I want you to feel then your root and your sacral chakra then at the base of the spine, and then in the low belly in the pelvic region. Then those together then as your physical, emotional, physiological then energy centers. And we're going to feel them and breathe into them as one. If you have done a lot of work with this and you feel like you can really feel them separately, then power to you. Then again, you could, regardless of what I say, you can go ahead and feel and bring awareness then to your root center, your sacral separately. I'm going to treat them as one, and we're going to work our way back to the heart once again. And our heart as a foundational beginning then, bringing everything from the lower chakras to your heart space is crossing quite a bridge And if you've already done this, it would be interesting to go back, speaking of hypnosis or meditative practices, to go back and find out when that was for you. Because crossing from the lower chakras, 1, 2, and 3, and coming up to the heart as a beginning of or a bridge to the upper chakras is a big jump. It's the biggest jump that you take. And then once you're here, coming up to throat, to third eye, to crown, more straightforward, depending on what you're working with in this lifetime and from past lives. Maybe individual to you, but for the most part, the greatest leap then will be from third to fourth. So we're going to start with that as one of our foundational practices of landing in the heart space. So if it is possible for you to stand, you could stand or sit for these processes. This is fun. Okay. Oh. And I want you, whether you're seated or standing, to begin to really increase your awareness of the foundation that is under you. Speaking of foundational practices, a powerful, powerful foundation for you right now is the earth under your feet. Powerful tool, a good enough reason to incarnate as a physical being all by itself, physically being on the earth. I'll turn the point to it, the earth. All right, so go ahead and have your feet on the ground. Whether you're seated or standing, have your feet on the ground. I'm going to speak to you as if you're standing, but you could always visualize that, okay? And something really powerful that you can do then with breath and body. And it's a foundational practice because you are removing what is in the way of you moving onward and upward. And this works very, very well. And you can release energies and blocks and residue of denser energy, such as memories of trauma, just emotions stuck in the body, and even some, physical slowness and can't think of the word right now, sort of plugged up, slow physical processes too. We can get those moving then. We're going to add a little bit of movement, a lot of breath, and I want you to add your visualization here, if you would be so kind. Good. Oh, well, I better get a move on. Okay. Spine straight. Lift your heart. Let your feet and your tailbone, as you are standing, move downward slightly towards the ground. It's an energetic shift. Let the soles of your feet and the four corners of the soles of your feet connect. Soften your knees. And let your pelvis and your tailbone be a little heavy down towards the earth. Soften your belly, lift your heart, lift the crown of your head skyward. And I want you to re-feel and re-notice any effect from you moving your energy from the pelvic bowl up into your heart. Feel that pathway once again. And then direct your awareness down to your root chakra and your sacral chakra. Down at the bottom of your pelvis. And think of that energy facing downward towards the earth right now, and then feel beyond the boundaries of your feet and the floor underneath you, the landscape, the soil, the rock, the deep, deep, solid rock of the part of the earth that's underneath you right now. Part of the earth that is underneath you right now. Good. Okay. Now, there we go. Sorry, I wanted you to have some subtitles. Okay. Beginning with a mindful breath in, a relaxing exhale. Close your eyes if you wish. And I want you to open up the root sacral complex by choosing to do so. On your inhale, expand the root sacral complex. Make it big and bright. And on your next natural exhale, I want you to grow energetic roots down from the root sacral through the floor underneath you and down through earth into rock underneath. Practice doing that a few more times. Exhale, grow roots into soil, earth and water, and rock. Now, I want you to begin to move energy into the chakra. So on your inhale, pull earth energies through your roots and fill the chakra. On your exhale, I want you to allow an overflow of heaviness and blocks to flow right out. They pour down into the earth to be absorbed, renewed, refreshed, replenished. And work with this again. Inhale, receive from earth, fill the chakra. That helps to push out. Now exhale, release. What doesn't serve, old energies get cleaned out, release. 2 more. Inhale, infuse. And exhale, release. Soften your knees, let it pour right out. Inhale, pull powerful earth energies into your chakra, earth and water. Last cycle. And end with an inhale, infuse, fill up the chakra, the energy, the life force. Keep it. Pause. Feel. Bring your awareness to your solar plexus in your belly. And inhale on purpose, grow and brighten and beautify your solar plexus. On your next natural exhale, go ahead and grow roots out your solar plexus through your sacral root complex and down into the earth underneath you, joining all the other roots. And then begin to gather earth energies. And on your inhale, pull them through your body, through the other chakras, and infuse your solar plexus. Exhale, release the overflow, the blocks, what got cleaned out, washed out. Inhale, infuse. Exhale, release. 3 more on your own breath and rhythm. On your last earth infusion, inhale, pull a powerful, powerful, huge amount of power and fill your solar plexus to capacity and keep it. It's yours. Still aware of your root sacral, full, vibrant, overflowing, your solar plexus, powerful, bright, hot. And go ahead and bring your attention to your heart chakra, around the area of your physical heart then. Picture the light around your heart, the chakra, the energy, the vibrant life force. And on your inhale, open up your heart space. And on your exhale, grow roots from your heart chakra through the other energy centers and down, down into the earth underneath you, all elements within the earth. Get ready, and on your next inhale, pull vibrant, powerful, life-giving earth energies through the other chakras, infusing, infusing, and fill your heart space. Continue to allow yourself to have more when you inhale. Notice any restriction to the expansion and the filling in. Notice you not receiving fully. And on your next inhale, infuse your heart and receive very, very fully. Don't hold back. You could have the whole planet's worth of power from all times and places. Fill. And then exhale, go ahead and release the overflow, what get washed out, what got pushed out. release it down into deep, deep earth to be absorbed and renewed. And go ahead and take 4 more cycles of infusion. Fill your heart space. And fill it, and fill it. On your last powerful inhale, don't hold back. Everything you could ever have, inhale into your heart and keep it. It's yours. If you want to give back a simple thank you, Mother, to Earth will do nicely, and know that healing yourself and infusing yourself heals the Earth. You are one, and you are healing each other. Feel your overfull, filled up heart, solar plexus, root sacral complex. And allow it to infuse your body, your tissues, your cells, your thoughts, your feelings, and your overall energetic field. Receive. And if you'd like, you can check your number on your discomfort. It's likely pretty well gone by now. So sit comfortably, make yourself at home. And if some of these things produce interesting sensation, interesting emotions or memories or thoughts, if it seems strange and you want some clarity, you could put that in the comments too. We're experiencing this together, so other people's insights would be valuable to you. Other people have your questions as well. If something occurs to you that you'd like to know more about, go ahead and pop that in the comments. So we spoke about breath as spiritual tool, primary foundational tool, very powerful, very simple, always present. You always have it with you. And then your body as well. Something in your body, in this case breath, and some movement then with a feeling of the energy that comes with it. Notice you've taken charge then also of your state. How are you feeling compared to before we began? You did that. If it shifted at all and it seemed like it got better, more towards what you would wish, then notice the tool that you have in place to go right back and do it again as soon as you wish to do it again. And another very, very important then foundational spiritual tool is actually your own intuitive faculties. So in the Ascension Workshop, as well as the Spiritual Mastery Program, we're looking for a nice even balance then of intellect and intuition. We're not neglecting either. Imagine using half of your brain for your life. You're missing out. So pure intuition with no intellect can be pretty fuzzy and ungrounded and might not make sense. It might feel good to you, but it might not be a way for you to connect to another person, because when you try to communicate your processes, there might not be words, and it might not be possible for you to convey it in another way. So it's a little lonely. And so we're going to come into then the idea of intellect and intuition as balanced, serving each other, the two halves creating a whole greater than the sum of the two parts kind of idea. So this thing that I'm calling your intuitive faculties, or intuitive faculties as a spiritual tool, it wouldn't be wrong for you to call that imagination. So that imagination is more important than knowledge. And I think it's an Einstein quote, but maybe don't be harsh on me if I got my person wrong. But for somebody known for their intellect to say imagination is more important than knowledge, why would somebody say such a thing? Because you're missing out on the fruit of the work of the two parts if you think that intellect is all there is. And I probably, any of you watching this don't subscribe to this philosophy, but I've literally been that person, and I mean in this lifetime. So we're gonna go ahead and say that imagination or intuitive faculties are a really useful, powerful tool for self-knowledge, and also for opening up the kinds of gifts we're going to talk about today. So the exercise we're doing now, I did not create, so let's give credit where credit is due. I received this simple little tool of intuition and experience, sensory experience, from a training by the hypnotherapist and author Dolores Cannon. And so I'm going to give her credit for teaching me this originally. But I want you to go right into it. Very quick, very powerful. Let it just happen for you. Don't think about it at all. Go ahead and take a big breath in, and on your exhale, I want you to close your eyes. And immediately, I want you to place yourself on a busy street corner. You are in the city with tall, tall skyscraper buildings all around you on a cool, drizzly, cloudy day. It's daytime and a crowded late morning. There are people everywhere. The sidewalks near you are crowded. People are milling, moving. Hear the mumble of their collective conversations, footsteps, the noise of humanity. I want you to feel as well then the mist, the cool, cool air, damp on your skin. Breathe it in. And while you notice the air and the damp, damp drizzle of a cloudy day, you smell then the smog from the cars. The street corner, the cars honking in the distance, the engines running. I want you to hear the traffic, see it, smell it, and notice high above you the towering buildings, the gray sky, the dull gray colors of the street scene that surrounds you. And now leave that place, please. And I want you to easily move outside now and find yourself on a sunny day on a wooden fishing pier. The part of the fishing pier that you stand on extends out beyond over the ocean. And here, feel the full, bright sun and a nearly cloudless sky beating on your head, face, and chest. I want you to smell then the ocean breeze and the fish from nearby fishermen fishing off the side of the pier. Smell what they're using, smell the fish that they've caught. And I want you to hear as well the roar of the ocean, the waves hitting the shore, the cry of seagulls, the mumbling speech of the people on the pier as they walk, as they talk, as they fish, as they enjoy then this sunny day at the beach. Notice movement of water underneath you, blue sky, ragged, weathered wood of the pier underneath you. Smell the salt air, feel the breeze on your skin. Go ahead and touch the railing and notice what it's made out of. As you peer closer at the water around you, notice the cool breeze coming upward from the water and the warm sun coming down on your head. Give it another moment. And move, and once again find yourself in a completely different scene. Find yourself at a carnival now. I want you to hear music immediately all around you, and notice you have found yourself on a carousel, a merry-go-round, and you are on one of the horses of the carousel. I want you to feel that firm underneath you, the horse of the carousel that you are on. Feel the saddle portion, and then move your hand onto the smooth, cold brass pole that you get to hold on to now. And I want you to immediately feel the movement now. Smooth pull, hold on to it, hard horse structure underneath you. And I want you to feel the movement now. There is an up and down movement of the carousel. Hear the music playing, and the movement goes with the music. And the whole carousel as well, moving around. Feel the force of that circular movement. And the carousel has lights and bright colors of other animals. Notice the other people also riding various animals on the carousel. And look around also beyond the flashing lights, hear the music, feel the pull, feel the movement now, and look outward at the crowds, at the other rides, and nearby there is a cellar with popcorn. I want you to hear the popping noise as well, the people talking in line to get popcorn and the smell wafting coming in. The temperature is just right, medium temperature. Medium weather, spring or fall, not too warm, not too cool. And leave the carousel and come back to your body. Feel the movement of your breath in your own body. Go ahead and take an inhale. Open your eyes and go ahead and come back. Blink your eyes a couple times. And I want you to just review something in your mind. Give yourself a moment. It's a bit of a whirlwind tour. But on the street corner, go back to vision. What did you see? Go back to smells, any taste or smell kind of experience. And the sound, what kind of noises did you hear? And any kind of emotional reaction from being on the dreary street corner. Just notice which one of those for you was the most powerful input. And if they're all equal and it was very mental and you just know and you don't feel like you received sensational input, that's okay too. Make a note of that. And then I want you to move to the fishing pier again, and I want you to go over sights and visions, color, light, reflections, textures, noticing what you saw versus what you were feeling or touching or sensing or smelling, and then the sounds and what was the strongest. And then go to your carousel as well, and I want you to go through all of those again, the sights as they were. And then the sounds, the smells or other kind of input, or your feelings and the emotional state it brought to you, as well as feeling of texture, sensation versus feeling of movement. What was that like? What was strongest? And so which senses tend to be strongest when you go through then an intuitive exercise like that one? Are going to begin to show you, one, how you receive information, probably in your day-to-day life as well, in your physical experiences, as if you had physically gone to those places. But most importantly then, as we come slightly into the realms of hypnosis then, using self-hypnosis on purpose as an extended intellect and intuitive faculty tool, and to move yourself into states and receptivity that you would want for how you want to feel and be in your life, what you want to know about yourself. Foundational practices then. They're going to start to show you then also how you naturally receive information intuitively as your clair senses, your clairs, your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, your claircognizance, your clairsentience, your clairaudience. What psychic or clair senses are going to come in as your most easily accessible gifts. Oh, it's almost 12 already. Okay. So think about that as intuitive faculties, as spiritual tools. We're going to do one last thing. So I'll probably go about 5 minutes over, you guys. So our whole class was an hour and 5, but I will finish at 5 past the hour, so I don't take up too much of your time. But I want to put everything all together. The most important part is what we're doing as the last part of today in your primary foundational practice, which if you've ever worked with me on a private one-on-one basis, a healing session or a hypnosis session, or you've done any kind of shamanic training or intuitive training, channeling class, etc. with me, you'll have already done this. But what is possible with the preparation you've had up till now and the really magical energies of today? What is possible? So if you can, go ahead and sit tall. Our process is, of course, a powerful grounding and a setup of your periphery, your filter, your flexible boundary or shield, your white light field. We're going to work with this again tomorrow and Wednesday, of course. And we're going to open to whatever helpful energies. It might be a spirit guide or something that you can just have, a helpful energy that are going to help you all week long. So back to our music, if it's working. Close your eyes, sit tall, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, I want you to grow from the parts of your body facing towards the earth, some more of those energetic roots. Grow them down very, very deep down into solid rock. Lengthen your spine with an inhale, lift your heart, lift your crown. And with a really powerful, strong exhale, I want you to anchor your roots deeper than they've been all day. Roots into rock. Allow a sinking of your roots into deep rock, stabilizing your body, your mind, your emotions. Open up your roots, make them hollow, open up conduits of release in your body, and go ahead and look through your whole body, mind. Are there any blocks or resistant areas or uncomfortable, restrictive areas left in your thoughts or body anywhere? Find them. Release them, push them out through your roots and down, down into the rock underneath you. And if you feel there's more to be released today or whenever you do this, go ahead and set up a steady downward, outward flow from your mind, from your emotions, from your energies, from your body. And just turn that faucet on, a slow downward trickle. And may you release from your memories, from your energy field, from your DNA, from the water in your cells, everything that is bothering you, known and unknown. Down it goes. And while that continues to be done for you, may your rejuvenation happen. May your complete clearing go to completion over the next hour or day or week or month, however long it takes. May you have full clearing. Beautiful, beautiful healing. Go ahead and move your awareness back to your breath and your body, and I want you to feel beyond the boundary of your skin now, your energetic presence, your field, your energy field. And I want you to make it big and bright. This energy bubble or energy field, energetic presence, living consciousness, white light. Allow your awareness to increase of what your energetic white light field is like around your body today. It's so big, you are completely enclosed within this field. And on your next inhale, I want you to expand your white light field, your energy field, and make it even larger, brighter, stronger all the way around your body. I want you to feel its presence, feel its movement, its gentle, silent buzzing, the hum of power, and see in your mind's eye the moving white light of your field all around you. Mentally smooth the edges, creating a large, smooth, filled-in field that surrounds you. Seal yourself in this light field. I want you to know that your white light field runs on default. It will filter out your experience and try to filter out what is not good, what is not desired by you. But when you choose to strengthen it and then mentally connect to your own white light field, and I want you to deliver some instruction. Mentally tell your white light field that you want it to filter out anything that is not high vibration consciousness and that does not come near you with unconditional love. Filter that out. And I want you to also ask your white light field to call to you wonderful energies and wonderful beings of love and light that have gifts for you today and this week. Now this periphery, this flexible boundary then both protects you from what doesn't serve and then magnetizes to you what is good for you to have next. What will that be? Pause and feel your state, grounded, rooted, stable, connected. Now your white light field around you simultaneously empowering you, holding you in safety and bringing all good things, growing, changing, ascending. And go ahead and call to you then the most helpful energy or guide that wants to come to you to support you during this week. And if you feel a subtle or strong presence, that is it. If you know something has occurred and shifted, then that is it. And if you see in your mind's eye a color or being approach you, that is your helpful energy or guide for today. And I want you to mentally go through your white light field and touch the consciousness and energy that wants to come to you. Feel its effect on you. What will happen if you bring it in? Allow yourself to know. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question when you touch the energy or consciousness that wants to come. Allow yourself to know, is this energy and consciousness here for your highest good? Yes or no? And you can be excited and even nervous, but a yes, feel your heart space. A yes is a slight or large expansion, and a no is a contraction in the heart space. So imagine taking a little straw in a steady stream, a sip of that consciousness or energy. Taste it in your heart. Is it expanding or contracting? Is it yes or no? On a day and time where you get something that's a no for now, simply clear it out of your space and call the energy and guide that is here for your highest good. And when you have, are you here for my highest good? And you sip and feel and know. Good. I want you to mentally ask this energy or consciousness, what do you want to give me? And feel that answer as well. And if you, of your own free will, decide you'd like some more of that, you can inhale that color, consciousness, energy, or feeling through your white light field. If it's here for your highest good, it passes through the filter, through your physical body, infusing your cells, your DNA, the water in your body, and right into your solar plexus, right into your heart space to go where it's most needed. Inhale, receive fully one more time. Relax, let it do its work. As soon as you have done all of that, open your eyes or come back at a pace that serves you. You actually don't need to come back fully if you are still processing, still receiving. When you are ready to come back, open your eyes, relax. You could take a stretch. back in your body, feeling your breath, and with an awakening inhale, and decide what else you would like to do next. Moving on, hopefully replenished and refreshed, and I will see you same time tomorrow.